Hello everyone, welcome back to Minus to Millions. We're in the first day of March now and we've got £1,711 in the bank. And the reason we have less money in the bank than we did at the end of the last episode is because the silage bales have finished fermenting. And I've leased this trailer and brought a bale spike for our skid steer loader, so we're ready to get the bales loaded up and sold. And I'll get started with that as we've got quite a bit of work to do today, because now we're in March we can start planting some crops. And we prepared our field in the last episode so it's ready for us to seed, and I'm going to get that done once we've sold the bales. And we've got a good amount of bales to sell, so we should get quite a bit of money from them. Hopefully the skid steer loader will be able to lift the bales without any problems now that we have more weight on the back. So let's pick one up and see. Okay, it isn't tipping forward picking them up, but will it be able to lift them high enough to get on the trailer? And it can, so that's good. Now I wonder if it can lift one high enough without tipping forward for us to stack them up, because if it can, then we might be able to get all of the bales on the trailer at once. Actually, I'm not sure if the arm goes high enough on this to do that. We can extend the arm though, so I think it should. I will actually check that with this bale. Okay, it does reach up there if we extend the arm, and it isn't having a problem doing it. So as long as our tractor isn't struggling to pull the trailer, I might be able to get all of the bales on there at once. So let's get these loaded up, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's the last bale that we can fit on the trailer, and I'll just make sure all the bales are strapped down so they don't fall off on the way to sell them. It's probably not the best you've seen bales loaded up, and they're not stacked on the trailer as neatly as I'd like them, because it was a bit awkward using this skid steer loader. But they are on the trailer, and I did get most of them on there, so I guess it's not too bad. I'm not sure what happened with these bales here, but they're unwrapped. I don't think that will affect the price that we get for them though. Now there's only 3 bales left, so I'll come back and load them up once we've sold this. And we've got 91,000 litres of silage, so we should make quite a bit of money from this. Actually, I'll just check the prices before we head over there. Okay, the price for buying is £172 and selling is £42, and that's usually per 1,000 litre. So let's go and get these bales sold and we'll see what we get for them. Right, we're over at the sell point, and I think it's this one here, and I need to undo the straps for them to sell. Okay, they've all sold, and we got £16,107 for them, which is quite good. There's still 3 more bales to sell, and we've got £17,818 in the bank now, so we should be close to £20,000 once we've sold them. Right, let's get these last bales loaded onto the trailer. It's a good thing we did put extra weight on the back of this skid steer loader, because I think it would have struggled lifting the bales if not. And it definitely wouldn't have lifted them high enough to stack them without tipping either. Also, I'm surprised that our tractor pulled the trailer without struggling when it was full of bales, because it's only got 100 horsepower and there was quite a lot of weight on the trailer. Okay, that's the last of the bales loaded up, and we've got 10,500 litres. So let's go and get these sold. Now let's see what we get for these. And we got £1,815 for them, and now we've got £19,634 in the bank. So we're just under 20,000, which isn't too bad at all. I think that's the most money we've had since we bought the tractor. Right, now I need to return this trailer, and then we need a seeder so we can get our field sowed. Now I'm going to use the seeder which is in the mod pack with the power harrow that we used last episode, because all of the other ones require more horsepower than we have. And I'm going to lease it because we won't be using it that much, so there's no point spending most of our money on one. So it's this one here, the Amazon D830, and it requires 85 horsepower and has a 3 metre working width. And it's £510 to lease, so I'll do that. Now we need to buy some seeds, so let's see. Okay, we've got a pallet for 900, and that has 1,000 litres on. I think there's also big bags of seed, and they're £800 for 1,000 litres, so I'll buy one of these as it's £100 cheaper and we get the same amount. Now the seeder holds 1,000 litres, so this bag will fill it up. So let's connect the seeder to our tractor and fill it up, then we can head back over to our field and begin sowing it. I'm going to do oat because if we look at the crop calendar, it will be ready to harvest in July, so it doesn't take too long to grow. If we did sunflowers, that wouldn't be ready to harvest until October, so we'd have to wait another 3 months before we could harvest that. We can also make bales from oat, and that will make us a bit of extra money. So let's get this field sown. Okay, that's the field finished, and we've got 682 litres of seed left. And I'll unload this onto a pallet next to the pallet of lime. Then we can use it next time we sow our field. Right, now I need to return this seeder to the shop. Okay, I've returned the seeder, and while I'm up at the shop, I'm going to lease a trailer, because the next thing I want to do is buy some chickens. And we're going to need feed for them, which comes on pallets or big bags, so we can use the trailer to load them onto and take back to our land. I think we'll get this trailer, which is the one we normally use for logs, because we'll also need the skid steer loader to pick up the feed, and we can bring that over on this. And it's £408 to lease, which isn't too bad. Now, let's go and pick up the skid steer loader. Right, I've brought this over to the shop, so let's buy some chicken feed. And I think the big bags will be cheaper again. I'm not sure why that is, because you get the same amount in each one. So it's 1,500 for a pallet, and that's for 1,000 litres. And for a big bag, it's 1,400 for 1,000 litres. So we'll go with this, as it's £100 cheaper. I think if we get 4 of them, that should last us a while. And it's 5,600 for 4 of them, which is quite a bit of money, but like I said, it should last us a while, and we'll also be making money from the chickens. So let's get these loaded up. I'm using the bow spike to pick these up, but as long as we get one of the spikes through the loop of the bag, it works fine. And the reason I've left the trailer tilted up is so I can drive up it to put the bags on, because I need to try and get all 4 bags as well as the skid steer loader on here to take back over to our land. And if I can't get the skid steer loader on with the bags, I won't be able to get them off the trailer when we take them back. But I think if I get the bags as close to the back of the trailer and as close together as I can, we might be able to get everything on at once. Okay, that's everything loaded up, and I've managed to get all the bags on, as well as the skid steer loader. So let's take this back over to our land. Right, we're back at our land, and I've moved the pallets of lime and seed over, because I'm going to put the chicken pasture on this bit of grass here. So let's get that put down, before we unload the bags of feed. Okay, it's £6,000 for this, and I'm going to place it like this. And it should get rid of all the bushes when we place it. And it has removed them. So we've got somewhere for our chickens now, and the spawn point for the eggs is on the concrete. So they'll spawn in there, and we've got a good amount of space to turn around when we're feeding them or loading up the eggs. So I'll get the bags of feed unloaded, and then we'll buy some chickens. And I'm going to put the bags of food next to the pallets so it's nice and close to our chicken pasture. Okay, that's all the bags unloaded. Now we need to buy some chickens. So we can get 0-month-old chickens for £5 each, but they won't produce as many eggs as the 6-month-old chickens, which are £50 each. The roosters are also £5, but when I did the guide for chickens, they didn't produce any eggs or make a difference to the reproduction rate, so I won't buy any of them. I think I'll go for the 6-month-old ones, so we start making our money back as quick as possible. And we can have 30 chickens in here, and I'll fill it up, because the chickens that are reproduced aren't worth much, so we'll make the most money if we have the maximum amount of 6-month-old chickens. And that will cost us £1,650. So let's do that. Okay, now we need to feed them, and I've left a bag on the skid steer loader. And if we take that to this icon here, it should start to unload the feed. I'm not sure how much feed we'll use, and I can't see how much is in the bag, so once it's full, I'll have to check the animal menu. Okay, it's stopped unloading now, and the bag hasn't disappeared, so there is feed left in there. So let's check the animal menu and see how much we've used. Okay, we've used 750 litres, which will leave us with 250 litres in the bag. So I'll put this back over here with the other ones. The health and productivity is 0 at the moment because we've only just got the chickens, but that will increase. And the chickens only require food, so there isn't anything else we need to do to take care of them. Now we don't need this trailer anymore, so I'll return it to the shop. Okay, I've returned the trailer, and I'll just check our greenhouse, because we should nearly have a full pallet of lettuce. And we've got 440 litres of lettuce, so we're not far off, but it is taking a while to get a full pallet. The price is a lot higher for lettuce than strawberries or tomatoes though, so we'll have to see what we get for it. But I think if we had a large greenhouse it would be better, as it will produce pallets quicker. I'll just have a look at how much we can sell this medium one for, so I know how much money we'll need to change it. So we can sell this medium one for £2,482. Now, let's see how much it is for a large greenhouse. Okay, it's 10,000 for a large one, so we'll need around £8,000 to change it. And I think I'll do that once we get a full pallet of lettuce from this one, because we'll be making money much quicker from a large greenhouse. Okay, that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, and feel free to subscribe so you never miss another video.